Hi, my name's Kim Doyle Wille, and today we're making some savory garlic, orange, and chipotle tacos made with this wonderful new Kraft Philly cream cheese product, Savory Garlic Cooking Creams. They make us all be chefs right off the bat. So let's get started right away. We're going to start with about 2 cups of cabbage. I've taken about a quarter of a cabbage here. We're just going to slice it real thin and real fine, just real quick here. Good to go on that. And that comes out, I just used about half an onion, and that was kind of a medium to large. Roll the cilantro right down towards the end of the stem down here. I roll the leaves up, and then I just go ahead and cut off the stem, and then what I'm doing is kind of making like I think it's called a chiffonade, and you just dice through, you just slice really thin through there, but it makes it really nice and thin. And you've rolled it up and you've saved it to go. What we've got here. Oh, I did want to mention that I'm using a 4-ounce container that I got of just crumbled feta cheese. Normally I would use cotija cheese. It's spelled Cotija. It's a Mexican cheese. It's crumbled. It's got a little salty flavor, and that's what I like when I'm going to mix with the orange juice, and it just gives it a nice sweet salt. So we'll be right back to you at the stove. Okay, we're over at the stove. I've got a kind of a high heat going under this cast iron skillet, and I'm just going to spray it real quick with some cooking spray. That will keep the meat from sticking too much, and we're going to put the diced meat that we did right in this hot pan. It's all ready to go, nice and sizzling. A nice little thing here. I am loving these new cooking creams. You can dip. I've been dipping crackers in them. You can put them on noodles or rice. You're an instant chef with these things. They've got nice, complex, really gourmet flavors in them. So that's what makes this great, because I don't even have to mince the garlic or stand here and make sure it doesn't burn. I've got this great sauce I'm going to add in just a minute. So while that's starting to cook, we'll just let it sit there. Give it a little bit of salt and pepper on it, just to taste. Now remember, it's going to have soy sauce in it, so you don't have to put too much salt on it, but a little salt is in. I always fill my salt shaker with kosher salt too. I feel it brings up the flavors a little bit better. Now I've got a bowl already here. In this little bowl, I've got 1/3 cup of soy sauce. In this bowl, we've got 1/3 cup of orange juice concentrate, just the frozen concentrate, just straight. I find that it's just that nice sweet flavor to mix with this. And then I just grab a can of chili chipotles. Now chili chipotles were from the Aztec era when winters would come. They got into smoking their jalapenos, and then they would store them. Now this is getting pretty nice and cooked through. I'm going to go ahead and put our sauce on top of this. Now this is the chipotles and the soy sauce and the orange juice concentrate. What I'm going to do is just drizzle that over that. And the reason I'm doing that orange juice has enough sugar in it that it's going to caramelize this meat. So we're going to let this just kind of stew and get caramelized on there, and then we're going to mix in our Kraft Philadelphia cream cheese, savory and garlic cooking creams. This is going to make it just perfect. It makes it so nice and rich and creamy. So what we're going to do now while that's finishing glazing is we're going to put these tortillas on the flame, just like that. If I can get my one flame not to click, it doesn't want to cooperate. So we're just going to do 2 at a time. Now I just let them go on there for a second, and I just do it while I have the meat on. It's really simple. I let them charge just a minute. It takes just a minute or two. Now I had cooked this about 4 minutes before I had to turn it. Now see, that's glazing up really nicely. That makes it makes its own salsa, because those chipotles have that smoky but hot flavor in it, and the orange just kind of complements it. I'm going to go ahead and flip these. See how this got a nice little charred edge on it? We're going to go ahead and flip that one, and we're going to go ahead and spoon some of this great cooking cream in. It's so simple to use. I don't like to waste any of that. I save these wrappers and I lick them later. So, we've got a nice spoon here. Let's really quick take off this tortilla before it catches fire. But see, that's good because it's got that nice little charred flavor to it. We'll stick another couple of tortillas on here while we add the cooking cream. See, you can just spoon it right out. Look at that. Just beautiful and rich. It's going to make our mix with this sauce really nice for these. And it just makes them a really nice creamy taco. I like using these 4-inch corn tortilla shells too because they're just a smaller one. They don't get soggy before people use them. There. Got that. And I'll, of course, lick that later too. I've got some wheat thins around, I think. Which is another great craft product. See, look at how beautifully that just blends in. You could use this you could make a stroganoff with this. You could make any number of things. Let's give these corn tortillas a toss again. Ooh, that got nice and charred. See, that's a great flavor. It gives it that with that corn, it's roasted corn, and it's really earthy flavor. And that's what I like about these little fusion tacos. Now, what I forgot to mention, I used beef in this, but you could use tofu, you could use chicken. It'd be great with pork. I originally made this recipe with using pork. So see, now we'll just let that simmer. We'll turn the heat down because remember we had that on high. We'll pull our little tortillas off. Oh, they're getting nice. We've only got another. We're back here. We're ready to make up some tacos. We're just going to pull out. I had those under that little napkin. We're going to pull out a couple of tostada shells. We're just going to take a little bit of our beef. You can see it's almost like a Latin stroganoff. It tastes so good. But I'll take a bite in front of you in just a second. So see, it just, those nice little chunks eat up. And look at how nice and creamy and rich that is. You cannot believe the flavor of this, you guys. Now we're just going to take a little bit of cabbage, because that's what they do in El Salvador. It gives it a nice, fresh, light flavor. A little cabbage on that one. Now we'll have a little bit of our Bermuda onion. Some people call this purple onion or red onion. I just call it a sweet Bermuda onion. It just feels a little sweeter than the other onions around. Now we'll put a little bit of cilantro on it. I served it up in bowls like this because your guests may not like cilantro. It's kind of an acquired taste, or they might not like so much onion. But see, doesn't that look delicious? And if you wanted to, you could have some lime slices with it. They do that in El Salvador as well. And they also dice up radishes. They make these really healthy vegetable tacos. Now, doesn't that look delicious? Oh, I can tell you, this smells great. And see, they're just these nice little handleable tacos. We'll just take a quick bite. That is delicious. This is just such a great thing. I mean, we've got the garlic in there. You can taste the orange. It's kind of a complex flavor. We made that in under 15 minutes. Just chopping a few things and throwing it on the grill. Now, if you don't want to make your tortillas on the stove like I did, I had clean burners and everything, you could just throw them on a plate under some moist paper towels for 30 seconds in the microwave, or you could just fry them up in a pan really quick. So don't worry about just doing that one thing. But I am impressed with these new cooking creams. This savory garlic is awesome. I mean, what more can I say? I hope you go out and buy some. Thank you, Kraft, for another innovative product that makes anybody a chef in just 15 minutes. Or even less if you want to just, you could dip some vegetables or some crackers or whatever you want in it. This is easy. It's robust. It had its own sauce. I didn't have to have picante sauce or anything with it. Simple, simple, simple. No muss, no fuss. See, not even dirty. So, till next time, thank you, Kraft, for another great product.